So this time I stay in bridge because I have some pictures here and I want to flip through them. And what I want to tell you here today is something about the panoramic head. And when you want to use only one camera all the time, then it's maybe not needed to buy something very expensive, even if it is nice and of course very shiny to have something new. In 2004 I was introduced finally to the mechanics of a panoramic head, and I said, wow, that's pretty expensive to buy, right? And so I built my own one. I found a little store that sells and cuts for laboratory aluminum profiles, and so I ordered some of these little guys here. That was not really expensive. I was pretty surprised. And the most expensive part is here, that sliding thing that we have seen before. I have several of these. I don't mount them back and forth. This is fixed here since 8 years now. And so what I have here, that's a little rubber disc, and that's pretty much all. You can see this here is just for stabilization, and I have here an adapter and my rotational measurement. To get everything straight, I have here my ball head and it works fine. This has changed here in the past, of course. I try to find the best methods to get really quick with those stuff, but I can't really handle $1,000 or so for good equipment here, and buy maybe not the next lens also. So I have my preferences here, and what I want to show you here is of course how they work. And I have done several shots here, so you can see finally that we can rotate this guy. And the rotation is here just a screw that is from a bicycle where you have your seat fast adjustment. That's all I bought. I got it even for free because I asked, and the dealer gave it to me. And we need, of course, something to measure the degree, but normally I have 45 degrees and everything works fine. And then I go up and down one time, and I take normally 12 images per row here. That means I end up with 36 shots times the HDRI exposures that I take, 3 or up to 9. It's sometimes a little bit critical when you have so many shots. It really sums up. But I like to do this here, of course. And what we need to know here is, and I hope I find a picture, that the axis of the lens in this direction here, when I go here so around, should line up exactly with this axis here, and the camera axis in this way never changes, because it's really always centric for the same camera body, of course. So I have to loosen here only the screw one time, adjust this, and then fix that, and it's for all time. This is the second camera that I use with it, so in 8 years, one time an adjustment. I think that's doable. And of course the rotation is very important, and this bank here, or this slide module, to get exactly the camera around this axis here to the nodal point. That's all. And it should be then, of course, sit exactly as well here on this axis on a nodal point where the rotational point from this plate here is. That's all. There's not so much more magic to it. And the only thing that I like to do is to put sometimes a gray card here to get the light, or some people even like to put in compass there, because it's very helpful to know exactly in which direction you have shot. And on the end, I take everything away, hold the camera in pretty much that high, and shoot one time down to get the floor if needed. That's pretty much all. I can show you only a few more pictures of that, but it's so simple. Here you can see that from the bike. This coaster was out of rubber, and I got it from Starbucks. It was $1, was really nothing. And you see here just some holes. That was really my only hard labor that I had to do to get here everything together. It's so simple, and I think without this sliding part it was below $100. It's really nothing, and it's very precise. I have done really great stuff with it. Sorry for bragging, but it's just that simple. Of course, if you have no time to do something like that, and if you have the budget, buy something, there are tons of different ones available, and maybe you check out some forums to get exactly the right idea about it. Okay, that sums it up already. And of course, there is a little bit more to it when you want to rotate this. There are many mechanics that makes it much faster, and a similar model is available as well with engines here. So you don't have to do anything, you just fit the camera into the system, press the start button, and with some numbers that you have crunched before into that system, the thing starts to rotate and you get all the pictures that you need without moving a finger after at all. Okay, this is pretty much all I can tell. It's pretty simple to do, and then you have only to upload the pictures, load them all into an application, and we'll discuss this workflow, of course. It's maybe not that simple to decide which one is the best for you. Okay, so that's the panoramic head do-it-yourself version. Some people even, just a little note, have used just a metal bracket, and for one time around that worked also. That's maybe doable for $3 even. Everything is possible. The result is what counts, and if you do it very precisely, everything works. Thanks for listening. Have fun with it. Bye bye.